Saturday, 12 February 2011. If you're following the mysterious disappearance of the Yellowstone earthquakes, Sam just put up a video. I will link it below, and a link to this website that's still showing the Yellowstone earthquakes have not been removed. Now this is the USGS site here. That is what they're reporting. And there's all the quakes before they were removed off the USGS. Heads up, links provided. Enjoy while you can.
Dutch Sense here. 5:05 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, February 9th, 2012. And we're looking at Earthquake 3D here. I've got the ANSS feed on right now, and I want to show you some shenanigans that's going on right now at the NEIC, which is the USGS main feed of earthquakes. Now you see this 3.0 that's occurred here. This occurred in Wyoming, right near the Scientology bunker of all places, and also near a dormant cinder cone. Now this is southern Wyoming, not very close to Yellowstone. We're several hundred miles off from Yellowstone, so you don't see too many earthquakes occurring in South Wyoming. At least I haven't seen any occur over the last year in this spot. So let's get back and look and see this 3.0. Now I'm going to take you over to the other source, to the NEIC, which is the source most people look at. Okay, and I'm going to hit refresh. And you'll see there is no earthquake now listed. They took it off the map. But luckily, I clicked on the statistics before it was deleted off the USGS, and here it is. Here's their site, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and copy this just in case. And we're going to go ahead and take a screenshot. One more screenshot. And I'm going to hit refresh. Whoop, gone. Okay, so let's go over and take a look on the map and look up here. You see any 3.0s marked up here in southern Wyoming? No, they took it off the map as well.
Hey everybody, Dutch Sense here. 1:02 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, May 1st, 2012. And I'm over here on Earthquake 3D, which is a USGS feed of the most recent earthquakes. And I'm going to also bring you over to my Facebook page. Let me just go ahead and take you over there right now. Alright, and we're just going to go on here. I posted this event roughly an hour ago, a little bit less, a 4.0 that occurred in Wyoming. Now everybody's talking about it. The USGS deleted this off the map, and several people are reporting it. I said, hey, will somebody else make a video? But I'm just going to go ahead and do it, okay? USGS just deleted this event. Unfortunately, most people did not have their screens still open, and when you go click on the link now, the USGS has deleted it. I don't know if they're going to re-upload it or not. Who knows? But here it is. Okay, so here's the screenshot of it, and I'm going to keep it open. I'm going to put this on the blog so you guys can go look up these coordinates. They've revised the earthquakes up here in Alaska and down here in Mexico, but they just took this one off the map. It was a 4.0 down here in southwest Wyoming.
Yellowstone, baby. Yellowstone. USGS. Totally busted. Out in the open. Here it is. Here's the website, guys. Bookmark it for all to see. There's a scientist up there in Yellowstone that monitors the earthquakes. And he posts them all on his own personal page. And we can go, if you know what you're looking at here, he posts the graphs. Okay, so you're going to be able to see the actual earthquake data current for each specific seismograph location. And you can see that there's earthquakes happening there, and they're taking them off. And you can see them, they're current. And this is just the beginning of this site. So I just want to let everybody know the truth will prevail, all right? Hey YouTube, Dutch Sense here. It is 5:40 p.m. on Wednesday, April 6, 2011. And we're looking at the current Siri helicorders for the Midwest. And what I want to show you really quick is people have contacted me and let me know that the live internet seismic server is down. And you can see it here. It's just doing some really weird stuff. They've had them turned off, and this is all around the world. This is every station. Alright? Every station killed it and then kicked back on, and now is showing signs of slight movement all across the board. Okay, and what I want to show you too is the ANSS. This is the backbone. And let's just click in on a couple of these. Let's look up here near Yellowstone. You can click on the heliplot for the station, and there you have it. Again, same thing. Kicked off, kicked back on, and slight harmonics, and then kicked off again here, and each station did that. All across, everywhere. I mean, I'm just going to click on each one in the country here, just random spots. There you go. Off, back on, and then off again. And in the meantime, you got some movement here. And let's look down south. See if it did it down there too. Okay, that one doesn't want to load. Let's see if I can find another one. There we go. Okay, same thing. Alright, so let's jump back over to the Siri links, and this will give us a great idea of what's going on. Now these are the Missouri seismographs, and I just want to click down each one of these and show you what's happening. New Madrid, earthquakes, earthquakes, earthquakes. And it's hard to tell on that one. Earthquakes. More. It's active. It's showing a noticeable increase. If you look back at these other ones from the other days, you see it kicks up last night is when it starts. You got long periods of quiet, but now it really does appear some of these are really showing signs of some rumbling, and this one especially. And this helicorder is for East Prairie, Missouri. And you can see it starts last night. There we go. And of course this is down in Tennessee. Again, look at this activity in Missouri, guys. I mean, really. There, it looks like it went offline. Okay, and that's just the Missouri links. I mean, I've got a whole bunch more we can go through. These are Tennessee and Georgia. See the activity even down there. Here's quiet. Here's today. It's Tennessee. Again, yesterday, noticeable size earthquake. Today, background harmonics. There's another Tennessee, quiet yesterday. Earthquakes today. Here's Georgia. Quiet yesterday. Harmonics today. Wow. Let's look at some more Georgia. Pretty quiet yesterday, slight rumble. There you have it. Quiet. Rumbles. So throughout Missouri, Tennessee, and I'll tell you what, while I've got you on here, let's go find Kentucky. I think this is it. That's Tennessee and Missouri. Let's check Virginia. Wow, Virginia. This is across the board, guys. Honestly, I mean, this really is semi-concerning to me to see this activity growing just straight across the board. Okay, here's Kentucky. Let's look at yesterday and today. Okay, that's good. Kentucky yesterday, just slight activity. And today, okay, there is harmonic movement. And it's showing even more. And this is in land between the lakes. Wow, okay. Paducah. There, you can see the rumble out activity that was occurring in Missouri is coming all the way down there. Wow. Wow. Okay. And this station always shows these peaks. I'm guessing that's some kind of water, underground water. Well, there you have it, folks. It's looking to me like, even though it's not showing up on the USGS map, even though those are noticeable earthquakes, those should be on the USGS map, and they're not. Or on the feed. They're only on the graphs. They're not putting them into the feed at all. New Madrid now, for sure, 100% censored. I just showed you all the earthquake plots and showing you that there's earthquakes being recorded in the Midwest, and then we come over here, this is USGS Fed. But just to prove the point, oh yeah, this shows that it was a 4.6 in Yellowstone yesterday, not a 4.1. This is the European agency yesterday, Western Montana, 4.6. But let's just go look at the USGS. Okay, we just looked at a whole bunch of earthquakes in the Midwest. Do you see any occurring in the Missouri, Tennessee area? No. You see a very small blip from a day ago. And we were just looking at those real time from today. And let me just zoom it in just so we can see again. Nothing. Nothing in the Missouri or Tennessee area. So don't trust the USGS map. The USGS map, they're just picking and choosing what they want to put up. For me, it's quite concerning because literally I live in St. Louis, so I've got to come through and fish through all these to find out whether or not an earthquake's happening. This is ridiculous. We cannot trust our own. I mean, look at this. Look at this activity from yesterday till today. This is background harmonics. But the earthquakes for sure should be showing up. There's no question about it. Much love to you people, and as more information becomes available, I will update it. Cheers.
Hey everybody, Dutch Sense here. It is 11:49 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, February 23rd, 2012. And we're looking at Earthquake 3D here. I have the earthquakes turned on for the last 24, let's go ahead and turn it on for 48 hours. And you can see in North America, there's just a 2.9 shown here in Oklahoma. Now I'm going to bring you over to my page and show you a report from one of my viewers. He says, welcome back, and he said, did you get the coordinates for the Virginia quake that was removed that I sent you? What's your thought on the additional 4 small magnitude quakes today down south? Now, I want to show everybody that actually the USGS is not showing any earthquakes on their feed. Otherwise, they would show up here. And so I'm going to zoom it in, and we'll look in the Virginia area, and we'll just turn it down for the last week. Okay, 7 days ago, they have a 2.7 listed in this area. Okay? So I decided to come over and check the charts. I mean, the best way to check to see if there's an earthquake is not to rely on their little maps, but to actually go look at the charts and see what they show. So I came over, and we'll just do this real time here. I came to the Siri helicopters,
and I decided I was going to go look and see what the earthquake activity was for today. And to get a better idea, we'll go to their main page here, and we'll go to the Siri node, and we'll just go down and look at each one of these charts. Now, I've already looked at a whole bunch of these, and what I want to show you is this giant missing gap here. Okay? Now, you might say, oh, okay, that's just a station going out. Well, let's go down and look at all these different charts. There you go. Missing. Every one of these is missing the spot where they supposedly had an earthquake today somewhere in Virginia. Okay, let's just keep going down. Look, each one of these charts is missing the data. Now I'm going to take you to where we can still go see the data where they haven't censored it yet. But I just want to show you that each one of these charts has been deliberately turned off on the Siri node. Literally, they turned them off and removed the data. It's not there. The earthquake, you cannot see it. You can see the build-up to it, but you can't see the earthquake itself. Now, the build-up to it is tremendous. When you look at that build-up, right, here's a baseline, and here's what happened before the earthquake occurred. Now, this is all throughout Missouri, Tennessee, Arkansas. I mean, look at the states here, guys. The entire Midwest had some kind of event that occurred today that they removed off the charts. And that explains why it's not on the USGS map, because they censored the Siri data. Siri is the collector of the data. So let's just go back, all right, and I'm going to show you how we can see this correctly. All right, we're going to go to my links. We're going to go to the ANSS backbone. Now, this is the Advanced National Seismic System backbone. These are the different heliquarters that are placed in each state, and we can go look. So let's just do that. Let's go look in Tennessee first. Here's Tennessee. It shows you what the station looks like, what the equipment on the inside is like, and you click on Heliplot here. There it is. Okay, they still haven't censored this off the map yet. So here's your earthquake. Here's your multiple hours of aftershock. That's just one station. Let's go look at several more. Here's Mississippi. Again, same thing. And let's look at their heliplot. There it is. The state of Mississippi experienced extreme harmonics for multiple hours today, starting off with this earthquake right up here at the top. Let's continue on. All right, let's look in Kentucky. Again, they have a picture of the station, what it looks like, the transceiver, the whole bit. There it is. Fairly sizable. Magnitude, I don't know because it was wiped off all the actual magnitude charts, so we don't see any of the official data. All we're seeing is the actual movement of the needle. Let's go look down in Alabama. There it is. So it was felt throughout the entire United States, or at least the entire Midwest. Here's Ohio. Look at that. Right? Here's your earthquake right here. And now that's a lot, actually that's a lot of movement for Ohio. When you look at this station here, when you see this kind of movement on the chart, unless this is by some kind of river, okay, which it looks like it is, it looks like it's next to a lake, so that might explain it, but you would normally see this kind of movement near a volcano, just ironically. All right, let's go down and look in Florida. There it is again. So I don't know why they wiped this off the Siri node, but it's not wiped off ANSS yet. You can bet as soon as this video goes out, they'll most likely have it wiped. That's usually the way it goes. Here it is again. So look at that. Look how long it occurred. This is your minute chart up here for over the course of an hour, how long that actually shook. So it started at roughly 1400 hours, 1420. And it went through 1430 with your two main shakes. So that's, you know, a good 15 minutes total from the start of the first shake all the way back here to all the way at the 40-minute mark. So pretty hefty shake. Again, they don't want you to see it. Let's look in Arkansas. There we go. Now, let's try and get an idea based upon intensity, where that shaking came from. So we need to look and see if it's more intense to the north or to the south. Okay, all these signatures are looking roughly the same no matter which state we're clicking in. Normally, if let's say the earthquake was down here to the south, well, it would show bigger down here than it would up to the north. Let's look up in Iowa. There it is. Okay, it's getting smaller as we pass away from Iowa. Let's look on the East Coast down here near South Carolina. There you go. There it is. Okay, so South Carolina, and now let's go up into Virginia. Let's check the area where the earthquake was wiped off the map. It's smaller in Virginia. Okay, so you're looking down here in the Carolinas. Let's check North Carolina. Wow. Okay, so it's a North and South Carolina deal. Let's check Georgia. Well, the most intense shaking looks like it occurred in North or South Carolina. Let's check West Virginia. No. And let's check all the way up here near Pennsylvania. Sorry, I want to go through all these, guys. This is kind of anal retentive of me to do, but I just really want to make sure that it's coming from the right area before I really say it. Look at Florida here, guys. Look at Florida. Florida is the most intense so far. So you've got Florida, South Carolina, somewhere in this region here is where the earthquake is looking like it's coming from. That's fairly interesting. And let's just, for the heck of it, check Texas. Okay, hardly anything in Texas. Well, there you got it, guys. They wiped it off the map, and thank God for ANSS and multiple links and maybe them not being as efficient as they should be when they go to wipe these things. Now you know.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just wanted to do a quick video just to show that this is a European server site. I'll post the link so you guys can check it out also. But USGS is not reporting on all of these earthquakes, and the one that's most concerning to me is this one, which they're not reporting on any of these. So if you had a doubt that the Canary Islands is having earthquakes, although a small one, 3.1, if you go down the list, you'll see that it has been having earthquakes, and USGS is not reporting on any of those, no matter how small. So that would lead me to believe, I looked at a Google News search that said that they were preparing and evacuating people. So we have to keep an eye on this greatly. Also over here, we had an earthquake on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, only a 4.9, I believe, and then another one in the North Atlantic Ocean. So just the point that they're not reporting on their sites the smallest of earthquakes coming off the Canary Islands right now. I think they've had 4,000 or something in the last month and a half or so. So I'll leave the link to the site, and you can see for yourself that the Canary Islands are actually having earthquakes.
Hello YouTube, Dutch Sense here. 7:11 p.m. on Friday, February 25th, 2011. And there's been some activity up in Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, as well as another swarm happening down here in BB, and another swarm happening in Baja, California, on top of the HARP signatures that I've seen here in southern Illinois, which I've made my forecast on, but we won't go into that. What I want to show you is that this got sent to me. I didn't know that there was activity on Mount Rainier today, but it's up in the Puget Sound. And first of all, here's Mount St. Helens, and here's the signature, all right, today's date. And this is approximately maybe a 2.5. I mean, if you don't know how to read these, you can look at it, and just by basically looking at it, every millimeter you're seeing here is probably a 0.1. It depends on the display you're reading. Some of them are more sensitive than others. But so this is about a 2.5 or a 3.0. And then some background harmonics, which is the magma flow, which I'll show you a better example of. So you can understand when you're looking at these. Here's an example of extreme magma flow underground. And so you can see the waves, right? A normal background reading is different at each station. So your baseline is going to be sometimes a little wobbly depending on where it's located, and the magma flow beneath it, that's just standard. So you can see on Mount St. Helens, of course, it goes from completely silent to boom, act like rumble, all right? So let's jump over here and take a look. Do we see any 2.5 to 3.0s at Mount St. Helens? Right, look where they have it marked. A 1, 1.6. And it just says Washington, doesn't say, where it is. On the map, of course, it's not they don't show you a Mount St. Helens. But you could take these coordinates and go look them up, and you'll see it's in the same location pretty much. Now, Mount Rainier, let's see. Here we go. Here's Mount Rainier, and I'll post these links below. Here's Mount Rainier's signature, and that was on the 25th at Universal Time, 1910, and it's roughly the same size. So again, it's like a 2.5 to 3.0 at Mount Rainier. Not to mention this other activity, these other spikes, which are small tremors. So let's jump on to Earthquake 3D really quick. Turn it down for the last day, and you can see that it's just, things are still kicking off. Look at BB Arkansas on the last day. 7 2.5s to 3.5. Down in Mexico, 5.7, and that's right near Nicaragua where that other volcano is kicking alive now. Yellowstone, of course, shows nothing, which is laughable. And look up north. There you go, guys. When they revise it down, when they take it down to a 1 or whatever, it doesn't show up. They're just not showing it. And so I can give you another example of not showing it. And this is, I think, a data sharing example where the USGS just doesn't. Look how quiet this side of the planet is, right? Now let's go look at the Italian Seismic Agency, which I'll put a link to below, right? This is just a recent earthquake just now. And look at Earthquake 3D. I've got it turned all the way down, right? It should show anything above a 1.0. So they don't share data, and we can go on to the USGS map. Let's go in the USGS world map, real time worldwide, right? Nope, it's not real time, because if it was real time, it would show us all kinds of earthquakes up here in Turkey, and over here there were some in France, a 4.1 in Poland. So it's not showing. So they're just showing, well, what they want to show, which is their right. They can do that. Yeah, it's a public agency that gets our funding, and we would expect them to give us all the real-time data from around the world. But they're giving us real-time data from wherever. So this is in the last day. 5.0, 4.0, 5.0, 5.0. A lot of 5s, and then a lot of swarms. So keep your eye on Mount Rainier. Just showed you the evidence on there. There's one other site I can show you. Here it is. This is, these are all the web display seismographs here. And let's just click on a couple up here so you can see it, the difference. Give you the last 24 hours. See there, okay, there you go. Perfect, right? This one's Mount St. Helens. This one is Mount Rainier, and then there's something in between. Right, and we can go click it around and see the other displays if you really want to. Let's go south, make sure that's just not some kind of car didn't hit the seismograph. There you go. Again, there it is. And here's the middle one, and I'm guessing this top portion is probably going off the graph there. So they're not reporting them, guys. And of course, why would they, right? It's Mount Rainier. There's 8 million people who live here. There'd be, or maybe there wouldn't be, You know what I'm talking about, right? Chaos and confusion when people find out there's something going on. But of course you can see, where the Mount St. Helens area is. Let's click on any one of these. So there is activity going on. Look at these harmonic tremors with the magma flow. Look at the difference. Here's a baseline. Here's harmonic flows.
So that's what you need to keep an eye out for at these volcano areas. If you want to tell whether or not something's moving or something's going on, wow, look at that. This is all recent. This is just current as of the last 24 hours. It stops right here. We've got some activity up there around Mount St. Helens. Pay attention to that, folks. We'll put a little alert out for that. Much love in these times, and all the links are below. And I encourage you all to go just do your own sleuth work on this. It's basic stuff, guys. Now that you know how to read a seismic, I mean,
Gosh, I've got some interesting information for you today. If you notice the title on this video, the USGS is lying to us. Well, here's our evidence and proof. I hope that you find this interesting, because I certainly did. You know, on the 21st of March, I did a video showing here's how the increases of earthquakes are happening across the globe. And I put down a bunch of statistics. When I did that, I captured this area right here that I'm running the cursor around on. All of this I captured off of the USGS site. I just went into their earthquake statistics and I pulled it up and used that, thinking that, you know, it's probably pretty accurate information. Actually, I think it is. But then I went back today because I was going to see the increases and things, and here's what I pulled up. This area right here, not these ones on the right there, but all of this area right here. And this part that you see in red was actually in black, but I put it in red because something has happened. These statistics right here, all the red ones, have been changed. I marked this over here, statistics in red, they're the changed ones. What happened to them? And here's what's interesting. All but one of them went down, and the one that went up only went up one earthquake. So let's discuss this for just a minute. When I did this original video on the 21st, 7.9 to 7.0 to 7.9 earthquakes, there was listed 21 of those. At the end of last year, that's what they had listed, was 21. Now they're showing there's only 19 actually that occurred. Well, what happened to those two earthquakes? Where'd they go? You know, I mean, now, okay, let's say that they downgraded those earthquakes and made them 6 point something or other. Well, if that's the case, then they should be in these statistics right here where it says now 144, and it used to say 151. What happened to those? I mean, the difference here, and I put the differences over here, the difference is 6. We're 6 less. And we're 2 less on this one. But here's where the big change comes in, okay? Back on the 21st when I did this, we had 1,944.5.0 to 5.9 earthquakes last year. That's what we had, 1,944 of them. Now we're down to 1,752. That's a change. That's a change of 192. Okay, that's crazy. That's nuts. How did we lose 192 earthquakes? I know, they just went off into the oblivion. They don't exist. It really didn't happen. It was an illusion to you that that had your house fall down. It didn't really happen. It's just a mistake on our books. Oh, good grief. And you know, this is transparency. This is called government transparency. It's so transparent you can't see them anymore. Works, huh? Anyway. This green area here is just what changed. So this green right here is the same as it was down here, which was the statistics for the 2011 that now no longer exist. Okay, I'm going to give you my own philosophy here, my own theory of what's going on. People are starting to get a little bit wise, and they're going to the USGS site, and they're looking this stuff up. And they're going, oh my gosh, look at the earthquakes all increased during 2010. And look at 2009, or 2011, they're really starting to increase. But actually, now we can just say, well, we haven't done the statistics yet for 2011, so we'll just put zeros in there. I mean, how stupid do they think we are? Actually, we are stupid. We're sheeple because we keep letting them do this. We keep letting them make these types of what would we call this? Social manipulation, because they want the society to be manipulated in the way that they want it to go. Oh, for Pete's sakes, we're crazy, you know. Anyway, let's go back to statistics. I went back and I had captured the last month all of the earthquakes. Okay, now I really like to only deal with the ones that are 5 and above, but I captured all of those and I went back through them and I looked at them individually. It's over 1,400, okay? And down here in this purple area is what I came up with, this purple area right here. We had the one big quake, the one great quake that was the 9-pointer, and then we had 4 that were 7.0 or greater, and then we had 66. Now get this, 66 earthquakes from March 8th to April 7th of 2011 that were, a 6 point up to a 6.9. There was 66 of those. Okay, in a normal given year, I think I can probably pull this down and show you because we did this last time. In a normal given year, we only have 134 of those earthquakes. By the way, they've gone into all these figures right here and they've upped those. They've raised those figures to make the averages look higher so it doesn't look like we're as off as we are. I told you in the last video that this 15 was changed from the time before. It was 14 and now it's 15. So anyway, folks, just a little heads up here. We cannot absolutely guarantee that what the USGS is telling us is accurate. They're playing with the numbers. These guys don't want you to see that. Most people will never see what took place in the past. This area down here, they're never going to see it because it's no longer on their screen. It's no longer on their website. But we know they're lying to us. How's that? Anyway, I'll try and keep you updated. I'll try and give you more statistics that show what's happening. And hey, we run across any of this kind of crap, we're going to expose it. Love you guys.